city council members just reached a decision to stop you from ever owning a home. Yeah, it's just another everyday Tuesday. What else is new? A New York City Council quietly swept away a few measures on a ballot that would make it easier to build more homes. Huh, that's weird. I wonder why New York has one of the biggest housing crises in the country. If you're a person like me, you may have noticed that housing is really expensive. No way. I know, it sounds crazy, but hear me out. It hardly matters what city you live in, across the country or across the world. Rent prices and the prices of new homes just keep going up and up and up. But why is that? Well, you don't have to have a PhD in economics to understand the basics of supply and demand. It's the reason why in developed countries, water is practically free, but a wedding ring costs 6 months of your income. When something is rare, it's expensive. When something is common, it's more available, the price goes down. If you're a young person like me, entering the workforce or wanting a place to live, you're going to want housing prices to be low. But on the other hand, if you're less young and already own a house or 2 or 3 or 4, then you have a massive incentive to do whatever you can to make sure that housing behaves more like a diamond, something that's incredibly rare and the value only gets higher and higher and higher. That's a very oversimplified picture of the housing market in 2025, but it's still true. Now, there's a lot of people calling on local governments to freeze the rent in their area. But this isn't a long-term solution, it's just a band-aid. Because if you put a cap on the rent, that's just going to decrease the supply even more. Just look at what Sweden did. And now the wait list to get a new apartment is years long. The root of the problem isn't that landlords exist or they're too greedy or that your local government hasn't frozen the rent. The real problem is when there are limits on how much houses or apartments can be built. How do I know this? Well, just look at the cities that have the least restrictions on what can be built. Cities like Austin and Dallas in Texas. The rents in Austin have fallen 4% since the beginning of the year. Yes, fallen 4%. Look, you may not love everything about Texas, but it really seems like this state is really starting to get to the heart of the housing issue. And then you look at places like New York City, who just keep making it worse. The housing crisis in America and everywhere is solvable. There is a solution to the housing problem, but it means cutting back decades of bureaucracy that slowly slithered in the cracks. And if I could just say a brief word to the people who are scared of change, are proposing zoning restrictions. Yes, your property values may not go up every year, but trust me, it's gonna be okay. There are other things you can invest your money into that may not force people to sleep in the rain. And who knows, your 30-year-old children might even move out of your basement. Probably not, but maybe. It's a possibility. So yeah, that was just my rambling opinions on the Yes in My Backyard movement. I want to see more cities move in the direction of Austin and less in the direction of New York City slums. And if you happen to be president of an HOA, I really am sorry. Why don't we have a nice conversation back in the parking lot? Just you and me. I just want to talk. Okay? We can just have a nice conversation way out back. No one will see. It'll be just us. Just don't worry about it. I gotta cut all this out. If you liked the video, give your mom a hug. Do it. I know she lives in the same house as you. I know she does. If you like this video. Okay, this is getting too long. I'm going to turn it off.